everybody, welcome to this tutorial where we are going to learn how we can place a PNG picture file as a watermark into a video using Quicktime Player Pro. We are going to learn how we can place this watermark similar like this into this video. And in the end of the tutorial we are going to learn how we can use ordinary PowerPoint for making a PNG file like that. Okay, then we just close this video and we close this watermark there and start from the beginning with opening that video. The next thing we are going to do is to open that PNG file and we are going to open it in QuickTime Player 7. So we do like this, watermark PNG, open file, and then we are going to select all on that one. Select all. We can also for sure use the keyboard shortcuts. I use the keyboard shortcut now with Command C, and then by Command C we can just close that down, and then we go back to the video again. I'm just going to take this a little bit so you can see we have a video source there. So as you can see, the selection here now is here, for instance. So if we do this by putting the watermark in here, we only have this watermark from the start and until here. So we kind of can, if we want to, control when in the timeline we want the watermark. But for this tutorial we want the watermark to be all over the video. So then we can go in again to select all, and then we can go in under the edit and we can go to add to selection, and that's important to use that one, add to selection and scale. So there we have this watermark there. So now we are going to do some adjustment on that one. Okay, we go in under show movie properties, and in under show movie properties we can see that we have this PNG file here on the bottom here. The first thing we can do, we can scale it down. I scale it down, we can say 350. I tested this out earlier, so 350, I think that's really cool. But you know, as you can see now, we have this it's not no transparency now. We can do the transparency by going to Straight Alpha. But if we want even more transparency, we can go down to the Straight Alpha blend mode. The thing is that I think it's some kind of bug in the QuickTime Player, because when you do the adjustments here, you know, when you see up here in the left corner here, we have no changes on the PNG file. So I found that if we want some changes, we can take it quite long up, not up on all the way up to 100%, but kind of 80% or something like that. When you go back to the none and back again to the straight alpha blend, we then kind of choose this amount we want there. So in my opinion this bug is no problem, but for me I want this PNG file to be not super transparency, but a little bit. Okay, we go back and forth on that one. So now I have this set up in the transparency I want to, but the offset here is it's not correctly. I want it not up in the left corner there, but I want it in the right lower corner. So then we can go, if we want to go in under show movie inspector, and in under the show movie inspector we can see that we have this video is 1280 times 720. So just for fun we can try to put the offset in. We can test it 1280 in here. What happened then? Yes, for sure, then you know, you can see the picture is going exactly outside the video. We don't want that. So you can, if you want, you can kind of calculate exactly where, because this is pixels, but the way I do it, I just do some testing, because you know it's kind of little bit difficult with the pixels because you have scaled it and everything. So okay, I tested out this before, so I think near 900 is kind of nice, and as I told you I want it in the right lower corner, so I tested out that about 580 is okay. So by this offset, you can just kind of move it around and place it where you want it to be. Okay, that was the end of the first tutorial. So those of you who are familiar with making a watermark in Photoshop or Illustrator or something, you know, that was it for you. But those of you who want to follow up and see how we in an easy way can make this watermark in PowerPoint, please stay. You know, reason that I wanted to kind of show that it's possible to make a watermark in PowerPoint is that, you know, Photoshop and Illustrator, this is really expensive programs, and typical for PowerPoint, you have this available in more ways. So this is kind of a startup. I started when I was kind of designing this watermark. I had this frame around, but I didn't want that. And I have to point out, this is not a detailed tutorial using PowerPoint, it's just the inspiration. So I'm going to do some small adjustment on this one for you as an inspiration, and then we're going to export this as a PNG file. And the PNG file is very important because the PNG file gives us a possibility to have this transparency in it. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to make a shadow on each shapes here. We have this format shape. In shadow, we're going to the inner shadow. We have this black color in the inner shadow, and we press OK there. So now I'm going to speed up and just do this on the other pieces as well. Okay, there we are with shadow of all the pieces. There, you may be wondering why didn't I just marked all of them like this and do the shadow, but if I've done that, we have been shadow on all area, not inside each pieces. So then we can mark all of them. We can right click and we can group them. We can group all the pieces, and then that is kind of just to right click on this one, and we can save as picture, and then it's really important that we change it as a PNG file. Okay, we can call it watermark 2. Save, and we saved it on the desktop. We can go out. So then we can have a look at this watermark here. Okay, that was it for then. Again, this last section was just inspiration for you. Going to PowerPoint and be creative and make some cool watermark. Okay, hope this was useful. Thank you for that.